But did you see who made the WNBA final all about herself?
Uh-oh. No, I didn't.
Angel Reese showed up wearing a double Minnesota Lynx Liberty jersey. She's posing with people after the game.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were, and then she said, I don't know. She said, I wanted to help attendance. I know how I elevate the league.
Angel Reese is back in the spotlight, but not for her basketball skills. Her recent appearance in New York drew attention for her flashy outfit and a strong look at me vibe. It seems her real talent is in seeking out cameras and making everything about herself. Barstool Sports CEO Dave Portnoy didn't hold back, calling her actions classless and arguing that this kind of attention isn't what the WNBA needs. While Reese claims to promote the league, her public appearances often emphasize her image more than the sport itself.
Why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
When you compare her to someone like Caitlin Clark, the difference is clear. Clark is dedicated to improving her skills and giving back to her community, while Reese seems more focused on staying in the spotlight. Let's explore why Portnoy and many fans are frustrated with Angel Reese's behavior. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ready? Let's dive in.
Look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out.
Angel Reese has been active on various media platforms, asserting that she wants to highlight women's basketball. However, her appearances often seem more focused on her own image than on promoting the sport. Whether she's appearing on a podcast, in a magazine, or at a red carpet event, her conversations frequently circle back to her personal brand. While self-promotion is not uncommon in sports, fans are starting to notice that Reese's self-centered approach may overshadow her goal of promoting the WNBA. Some believe this could be a strategy to remain relevant, especially since her on-court performance hasn't received the same attention as players like Caitlin Clark, who lets her game do the talking. Ironically, in her quest for the spotlight, Reese may be diverting attention from the real talents and stories within the WNBA. This makes her efforts appear more like solo acts rather than contributions to team collaborations. In conclusion, while Angel Reese aims to uplift women's basketball, her approach might unintentionally hinder the very cause she claims to support. As the league continues to grow, the focus should remain on teamwork and collective success.
Imagine if your first-round draft pick had the season she had, the controversy she had, got injured in a questionable injury, asked out, and then started a podcast gossiping about everything in the league as a rookie. Please.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Caitlin's head down, just
ready to go.
You don't hear a peep from her. She cares about you got me wound.
Why is Angel Reese so focused on herself? It could be a need for attention or a strategic move to stay in the spotlight. However, if her true goal is to promote women's basketball, it's strange that most of her appearances come off as personal showcases rather than genuine efforts to uplift the sport. Fans and commentators are starting to question whether her approach is detrimental to the league. In a sport that thrives on teamwork, Reese's self-centered style may alienate fans who appreciate substance over spectacle. The impression she creates leans more towards seeking individual fame than fostering unity, which poses a risk when aiming to elevate the league.
In the league and you're wearing two other teams, aren't you supposed to be mad you're not in the final? It's supposed to drive you nuts.
Angel Reese's appearance at the WNBA Finals in New York drew a lot of attention, but not all of it was positive. Dressed in a bold, eye-catching outfit, she seemed more interested in being noticed than blending in. While this might fly in entertainment circles, her outfit and attitude didn't resonate well with many WNBA fans and critics. Instead of promoting the league, her focus on the spotlight intensified the backlash she received. This sparked ongoing conversations about Reese's tendency to seek attention, rather than genuinely support women's basketball. The controversy deepened with her decision to spend time with former coach Teresa Weatherspoon, who was recently let go due to issues of player favoritism and questionable coaching choices.
What? You walking the city?
What?
This your city.
Talk to me.
Talk to me.
Weatherspoon's downfall, tied to accusations of prioritizing certain players over the team, sent shockwaves through the league. Many fans interpreted Angel Reese's association with her as an endorsement of this controversial approach. This raised eyebrows, especially since Reese has faced similar criticisms for focusing more on her personal stats than on team play, whether intentionally or not. The timing of Reese's connection to Weatherspoon at such a significant event felt out of touch with the ongoing discussions about professionalism and teamwork in the WNBA.
According to league sources, Weatherspoon had lost the locker room because of a culture that catered to the needs of a few players. Dear Lord.
Critics, including Dave Portnoy, were quick to respond to Reese's latest appearance. Known for calling out what he sees as classless behavior, Portnoy noted that the event felt more like Reese's personal fashion show than a genuine show of support for the league. For Reese, it seems that every public outing is just another opportunity to promote herself. Portnoy's sharp commentary reflects a growing sentiment that she is more focused on her image than on the welfare of the WNBA. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and now, let's get back to the action.
He put up, I think, 19 rebounds, 17 points. Forget that Camila Cardoso, the other rookie on that team, had a better stat line, scored more points, shot 60%, and Angel shot 30%, which is like good for her. Forget that. Angel Reese, generational rebounder, possibly. Very good rebounder. Motor, can't shoot a lick. One of the worst shooters in the league. Like 30% from a foot out. It's disgusting. Doesn't pass, doesn't do anything. One step. She's a great rebounder. Doesn't make her team better.
Dave Portnoy's critiques of Angel Reese's recent appearance at the WNBA Finals are part of his ongoing commentary. He disapproves of what he sees as Reese's consistent lack of professionalism during the event, emphasizing that her clothing and attitude reflected a lack of respect for the sport. Instead of supporting the WNBA, it felt like she was more interested in being the center of attention. This isn't the first time Portnoy has criticized Reese. He has previously called her out for being self-centered and for using every opportunity, including social media, to draw focus to herself. In an era where athletes are increasingly vocal about their personal brands, Portnoy has taken a firm stance against players he believes overshadow team success. He argues that Reese's behavior contradicts the values that basketball players, especially in the WNBA, should represent.
She's a rookie in the league whose team sucked, who asked out at the end of the season with an injury, who won't shut up about herself, who ran their best player out of town. The coach got fired, and she started a podcast 5 seconds into the thing, creating all this controversy, showing up there.
She's a rookie on a struggling team who ended the season with an injury, yet she appears to focus mainly on herself. She pushed the best player out and contributed to the coach getting fired. Now she's launched a podcast, creating even more controversy.
Shoot a lick. One of the worst shooters in the league. Like 30% from a foot out. It's disgusting. Doesn't pass, doesn't do anything. One step. She's a great rebounder. Doesn't make her team better.
Portnoy has suggested that if Angel Reese were an NBA player, her self-promotion wouldn't be tolerated. He believes that in men's leagues, there is a stricter enforcement of respect for teammates and coaches. He argues that Reese's antics are damaging her image and alienating fans who appreciate players that prioritize the game. This ongoing conflict between Portnoy and Reese highlights a broader cultural conversation about how athletes manage fame. While he acknowledges that Reese brings more media attention to women's sports, he contends that she focuses more on her personal brand than on making meaningful contributions to the WNBA. As long as she stays in the spotlight, he's prepared to critique what he sees as her self-serving behavior. Additionally, Portnoy has drawn comparisons between Reese and Caitlin Clark, noting that Clark channels her energy into improving her game and supporting her team. In contrast, he views Reese as someone who seizes every opportunity to grab attention. For fans who value humility and focus in sports, Portnoy's criticisms highlight the clear difference in how these two athletes approach their fame.
It makes me smile in return. Like for me, I'm just myself. That's what I try to be. I try to just be a great role model for them, and I think it speaks to how I was raised as a kid. I've loved every second of playing sports, but also my parents always preach there's so much more to life than just sport.
The difference between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark is striking. While Reese makes headlines for her fashion, high-profile friendships, and media appearances, Clark is focused on improving her game and making a real impact on the court. Clark's offseason has been filled with training, time with loved ones, and community events, actions that resonate with fans and showcase her commitment to the sport. She has broken records not by chasing attention, but by letting her performance speak for itself. Her humility and dedication have made her not just a basketball talent, but also an inspiration to fans of all ages. In contrast, Reese relies on her bold personality to attract media coverage. Clark's charisma stems from her quiet determination, which many find refreshing in an era of constant self-promotion. She often spends hours after games connecting with fans, signing autographs, and taking photos. Additionally, Clark has led various community initiatives, further demonstrating her commitment to giving back and endearing herself to supporters.
Everybody is Michael Jordan. Not everyone is Steph Curry. Some people are Andre Drummond. Some people are a poor man's Dennis Rodman. Some people are Rudy Gobert. But you don't hear Rudy Gobert up for league MVP or talked about in the same breath as the great player.
Caitlin Clark's grounded approach to fame highlights a sharp contrast with Angel Reese, who seems more focused on building her personal brand. While Reese often attracts controversy, Clark fosters camaraderie, inspiring admiration rather than backlash. Fans can sense the authenticity in Clark's efforts, which naturally draws them in. Clark's story isn't about self-promotion. It's about growth, hard work, and a genuine love for basketball. As Reese continues to emphasize her media persona, Clark quietly elevates both her game and the WNBA as a whole. She's quickly become the face of a league eager for high-level basketball, rather than fame-seeking drama. With each record-breaking three-pointer and every moment spent engaging with her community, Clark cements her role not just as the future of the WNBA, but also as a global ambassador for women's basketball. This contrast is clear. While Reese draws attention to herself, Clark shines a light on the sport itself.
And look, as an organization, we just felt it was time to make a change. There's just private issues that I think we will keep just in the skyline.
Portnoy's recent criticisms of Angel Reese are just the latest in a series of confrontations. Over the past year, he has often called out what he sees as Reese's self-centered attitude, especially during her rivalry with Caitlin Clark. Her infamous "you can't see me" gesture directed at Clark sparked a wave of commentary, and Portnoy was quick to weigh in. He argued that her taunting was more about seeking attention and celebrating a team victory, even at the expense of sportsmanship. Portnoy has also highlighted the contrast between Reese's play style and demeanor compared to Clark's, consistently praising Clark's humble approach. He criticizes Reese for what he sees as stat padding, suggesting her contributions often prioritize individual achievements over team success. According to Portnoy, Reese's numbers tend to serve her self-interest, which risks undermining team cohesion. This was evident when her coach was fired for allegedly favoring certain players, illustrating the potential consequences of Reese's focus